Greetings, this is Rashilo.
Greetings, this is Rashilo. Seeing? Representing
every
Baba
time
TV.
fire.
Every time fire.
Stop the
Yeah,
gun
man.
and gang
Stop the
violence. Yeah.
This is Rashilo representing
This is
for Baba
Rashilo
TV.
representing
Every
for
time
Baba
I
TV.
fire.
Every time
Holy
I
Emmanuel
fire.
I King Selassie.
Holy Emmanuel I King Selassie.
Rastafari to the world.
Rastafari to the world.
Selassie,
Man as my brother. Selassie I live it.
Greetings, Elton, not to linger. Yeah, not every food is good to eat, and not every truth is accurately time to tell. Time will tell. Living in a place that states steadfastly stays firm to the principle of repatriation. Is who gonna stay, son? Is who get intermolecular magnetic polarity permission? It's the most icy Selassie I create Zion, and the hearts of the people permit Zion. Permit Zion, yeah. Permit Zion. Artically, come down and come over. Yeah. Now here what? Yeah. Read them, intellectual, self-stroking, ancient, pre-written outcome. Break off nose jealousy, presidential memorabilia memoir. Scorn and ridicule from the emotional, unrealistic outbursts of duly elected oxymoron being called names. Black dead and none of them take notice. Black leader. And the people being sacrificed in between. Selassie, I never take none of their rip-up and their rip-up. Yeah, coming from racism and hear me. Hear me. In terms of respect and all such self-syntax, and only the seed man can counter all such attacks. Taxes is majesty a judge. Is you beat a dog and feed him and he salivate for eating. Reduced by needs to physical from holographic type setting. Needs, yes needs what? How they fight is by needs. Reduce of yourself to heal. Permit Zion. Permit Zion. Zion. Permit Zion.
All right, family, peace, greetings. Welcome to another very special edition of Baba TV. Every time fire, let me turn the mic up a little bit. As you all know, for those that don't know, this is the blessed Earth Day, Earth Strong, of the mighty Emperor Haile Selassie I. And we want to give thanks and praise on this day, and I couldn't find any other roster. Well, there are many, but many other that I know personally that I could get on Baba TV that will break it down and give us a very good reasoning today, positive reasoning today on the Emperor Haile Selassie Earth Strong. And so without further ado, I want to shut my mouth and let the elder speak. He hasn't been on Baba TV for a while now. We've been going through some changes, but we getting it together. We getting it together. Me and the priest is getting it together. And without further ado, family, I bring to you my brother, your brother, my Idrin, your Idrin, the mighty, powerful priest, Ilika.
That's right. Bless up. Here they are. Yeah. So I'm not mighty. I'm not all that. Okay. I'm not all that. I'm just a man. That's what his master said to the people. Just a man that had to adhere to the rules that was set before us. We had rules set before us, people. And somebody told the world that we didn't have to follow the rules. Not rules by Europeans and other people. We had rules that we designed as a people before we got deconstructed and broken up and all that type of stuff. Because people forgot that this is what Rastafari was defending. His master Emperor Selassie I came at a time where even the Ethiopian church was run by Egypt. Run by Egypt. It wasn't run by Ethiopia, it was run by Egypt. So the first thing his master did in office was to take the church out of Egypt's hand and put it back into the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. That's one of the first acts that his master did. Because he said that we needed to control everything that belonged to I and I. Everything. We need to control it ourselves. Okay? All over the world. So that's what made Italy mad and everybody mad. Because his master pleasant. He just was saying, we got to work this thing out. Because some people got control over the earth and really ain't got no power. They don't have the blessing from the Almighty. They don't have anything to do it. They're using bombs and weapons and every type of destruction, deceit and everything like that to get where they were going. So now, me personally, I took an exception to all this Rastafari thing what people doing. Okay? Because it's different. Hey, hold on 1 second, but I got somebody knocking at my door, and they is rude on this day right here. They don't even have to be rude. I'm going to get up with my computer and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different. You know what I'm saying? Here in Washington, D.C. Yo, brother, I'm on the TV show right now, so y'all can just calm it down. The rest of the children will be out in a minute, all right? Because it's coming through the window, and I'm on the TV. Say hi to the world. Okay. Now, that's my neighbors and my son's friends. It's like we're the only black family in the neighborhood. Your family, your brethren outside. Okay. We, so the children that look at us, they come from all over different parts. They want to hang out with my children. So I'm saying, okay, that's good. We ambassadors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up? I'm on TV. I'm not bothering you today. I'm not. Now, your friends outside, don't bother me. See? That's what happened on July 23rd. The children come together and they work out how to go play, how to go do something today. So, you got one brother, his family's from Uganda. The next brother, he's from France. And then you got my children, that's world people. So now, in the beginning of Rastafari, the faith of Rastafari, everybody say that it started in Jamaica. You know that it didn't. Let's cut that out. Because Jamaican people came here and saw what black people were doing here in America. And they took bits and pieces, what they can find and learn, and put that together and came back to Jamaica with an idea of how to praise his majesty. Okay? Literally. Because his majesty had to fight against the whole world, Italy and everything. So you got black people here in America. Each of them told me this week, say, y'all, do you know that the black people here in America are the real Abyssinians? I said, really? He said, yeah, y'all traveled all over the world and made imprints of yourself all over the world. So when you got to America, where y'all stopped at. Now, if you notice, everybody comes from all over the world to come hang out with us here in America. They didn't come here on their own, okay? Yet we got Jamaican community, we got Virgin Island community, Trinidad community, Tobago community, Puerto Rican. We separated all this different thing, and no one is getting the actual idea of Rastafari was working together. That was the whole point. Wherever you were from, you worked together. And if you wanted to be the leader, you had to be the leader by choice of all the people. You couldn't have your people voting for you and say, well, Jamaican people run everything. No, because you can't run the thing where you live at. You got to go run your house before you come to somebody else's house and run it. That's what happened here in America. We got people that came here and they talking about Jamaican Rastafari. Well, everybody's not Jamaican. So we got to get that out of here. Let's get that out of here. Okay? It's Rastafari. One Rastafari for us all. That's what we were taught. One Rastafari. And if you happen to be from this country or this country, the resources of your country will now be in our possession as a group. Okay? We got brethren from Guyana that they got gold mines in Guyana. Gold mine, real gold mine. So they super rich. So they never had to go to work like certain people. They didn't have to go and do this because they just go to gold mine, dig out some gold, and they got money. So we weren't all trained to be subservient to a person. We was never that. We was like, work together, let's get something to eat. Even though there was things going on around us, the world was fighting against us, we never thought that we would have to fight against each other. We didn't never need that. But some kind of way, 30 years from now, Rastafari gonna be a whole different thing. I'm sure of it. It's gonna be closer to what it's supposed to be. Because now we still need all the people. We need everybody. White, if you wake up white one day, you just white. If you wake up and you Chinese, that's what you got to deal with. So we never came with black people only, white people only, none of that. Be yourself. That's what we came with. Get the resource together so we can eat. Now, some kind of way, people feel like Jamaican people run everything. And in reality, we know they do not. So until we get to that situation, we can deal with that on a different level. Because now they're having gatherings all over the earth. In Italy, they got white people chanting ISIS, chanting Albany right now. You can look it up. They chanting right now. But if you look at the stage, all of them is white. All their women is white. All their babies is white. So me personally, I never disagreed with that because everybody was to themselves. Okay? No black and white, no mixy. No, everybody stayed to themselves. So now the white people who say Rastafari, right now, they got the resources. They got the TV shows. They got the money to back them up. They family backing up. They getting the European backing. What's that group that we know from here in D.C.? Soldiers of Jah Army. Now, look at these guys, man. They represent reggae. They got Grammys when it's no way they could do any music like Jamaican people. They can't even do it like that. But it wasn't about doing it like Jamaican people. It was taking the sculpture of what Jamaican people did, throw white people in it, and boom, you good to go. Throw some white people up there, and you got some Grammys for some white people. Now, Jamaican people, if they want to get seen by the world, they got to go and play with these guys. I call them guys. They had to go play music with these guys, and let those guys be the headliners. They the headliners because it's about money. And the people that know this, they will not fight against the system as it is. Because a lot of people didn't know when Jamaican people travel, they are under Jamaican law. So their passport only lasts so long in certain countries. That's why they had to marry foreigners. They had to marry them because there was no way you could legally go from Jamaica to a different country because no other country had an agreement with Jamaica except for European countries. See, you're doing it. You're doing it. No, we're not doing that. See, that's what happens when you get children. So you get children and they so happy to be amongst themselves. They running out trying to grab my watermelon. What is the matter with children? You can't grab my watermelon and take it out to your friends? Stop playing. Anyway, I just had to put that lightness on there because I really had some disgust going on with how we alienated each other in the faith of Rastafari. We alienated each other. So in America, they got different versions in Ohio, different versions in Louisiana, different versions in New York. So we call it head quarters. That's when you cut your head into pieces, in quarters. So this brain can't function, this brain can't function. We can't even function no more. We forgot how to function. We took something that the elders came up with with zero. Zero. They came with zero. Because the elders that I know that came up from Jamaica, they came here to America illegally and stayed here until they passed away. Illegally. Okay? It wasn't no Jamaican people come together and make them people live nice. These elders had to come and do strange stuff to get a citizenship in America. Because the power is not something that we have. That's Brother Jack right there. See? So Brother Jack, Rossan Brown. See these elders right here? They didn't put up with folly from our own people. Brother Iris, Sister Farika. Okay? Well-noted people in Rastafari, write books and all this type of stuff. Idol, call it Ross Peter, musician. Ross Peter is well-known all over the world. But now, once again, they did not get the support that they were supposed to get. Mama Bubbles, they didn't get the support. They had to come to America and live among Sinai to get a regular living. Okay? A regular living. So we know by the leadership, I'm going to call it that because, we ain't got no leaders in Rastafari. I'm sure of that. But the people who claim leadership in Rastafari, they're just some individuals who taking advantage of we not together because of them. Because we not following behind no guy. I ain't never come to follow behind no guy. His master didn't subject us to following behind a guy. His master didn't put no second in command and you from here and and for real. Like Sheshimani. Sheshimani wasn't given to Jamaicans. It's a brother from America that got the deed to Sheshimani. But since Jamaican people took it up and did what they were going to do, now it's a war in Ethiopia. It's not our fault. But they running a road through the tabernacle in Sheshimani. They disrupted it because they don't recognize the Jamaicans as the rightful owners, which in the deed, they are not the rightful owners. Okay, so we can wipe out at least 40 years of history that people keep telling people like Jamaican people did this, that. Yeah, you did all that, but money from our pockets. We supported all of you. We supported all of you. And we know that now. So the brother was telling me yesterday, he was like, priest, are you going to say something to anybody? I said, yeah, I'll say something if somebody want to talk to me about it. Because I ain't never had to go to no island to go learn nothing about Rastafari. Nothing. The church principles, I ain't learned none of that from Jamaica, none of that. I've been in America the whole time, from here to this seat to the other side of the world. And the other side, the West Coast, white people run Rastafari, plain and simple. They run the reggae sunsplash, they run all of that. So now, like I said to people for years, as a priest, I can't have no boss. People say, why? I say, because now if I go to a job and I have a boss, if my boss tells me to come in at 3 o'clock, I got to be at work. So if something happened in the community, I can't be at that specific place to help the community because my boss said I got to be at work. So we done actually the brother said yesterday, he said, we done tipped the scale sideways. The scales are sideways now and I just build our own stuff, feed our own families and clothe ourselves and keep moving. We done went into poverty mode because these cats in the last 25 years all had jobs. Their jobs tied them into different governments. And they decided that they were going to run Rastafari. So they did. It's cool. But me and them, that political party, I don't get along with that political party. And like I said, like I'm saying now, they ain't got enough juice to even disrupt nothing that I'm doing in particular. I don't pay them no mind. Because in reality, until we come to the table and sit down and say, wherever you're from in Rastafari, you have a seat at the table. You have a seat. Bring your family and have a seat at the table. Okay? Now we can see who you are. We can see who you are. Okay? But when we see who you are, we know we can tell them by their fruit. We can tell them, you can tell them by their fruit. So now where your family's at, where your stuff at. We done had 25 years of leadership where everybody who's the leader got a job. The leadership people got jobs. They got PhDs, doctors. There ain't nobody arguing about what you got. But you got that. The mass of the people don't have none of that type of education. The mass of the people don't have the access to the resources that people are squandering. Okay, at one point in DC, Rastafari was at least 1,500 deep that I know. Personally, 1,500 people I know. It was more than that. But 1,500 people I knew that say Rastafari. Now, I guess you can find one or two, maybe, I guess. Because, like I said to them in 1999, in the future, we call it the ancient future. In the future, they go pick off the brightest of Rastafari people, get them jobs and get them satisfaction, whatever. And the rest of the people is going to have to figure out how they're going to have to make $1 million to live in Washington, D.C. I said that in 1999. So, what does it cost you to live in Washington, D.C. right now? $1 million? Stop playing with it. See, prophecy is something that nobody likes to profit. But the prophet better learn how to eat, sleep, and drink on your own. Because you ain't here to make no friends, bro. You're here to solve the problem that we have been placed in by being neglectful to the word of his majesty. Because certain people can quote his majesty well and quote the Bible. They can quote all of it well, but they ain't really about this life. This life is about you saving some people's life, man. We really got to save some people, man. And it's too late to go back and save the people who caused the problem. It said the first will be last, and the last will be first. Now, going over there to the last place now. You've been first for a long time. Go to the last place. Don't argue, fuss, and fight. Go last. Go last. Get in the back. Because now the leadership is the real leadership of Rastafari. They're not talking to none of you clowns, man. I'm calling you clowns. I'm calling you out now. Because, for real, we in America and, everybody got political power, guns. They got all that stuff. So if we want to reason about some stuff, let's reason. Let's reason and find out why we spending $40 million doing nothing all over the world. All over the world, millions of dollars being spent. Reggae this, reggae that. Reggae ain't doing nothing for nobody right now. White people get better audience than black people. And they definitely get more audience than Jamaican people. So let's get that stuff straight. You're going into last position now. You should secure your position so that the other people can come and balance off Rastafari for real, because like the school in Sheshimani, it's all I and I built that school. By 1992, people had put a J in front of Rastafari, Jamaican Rastafari. Like, oh, it's just a business, okay. I ain't nobody I know supporting it, and they definitely not supporting me because I'm one of them proponents of we're not supporting you, man. We're not supporting you any further. And please don't think about supporting me because I'm still here in your face. All now. Children still in your face. Everybody still in your face, man. Whew, I'm getting it on tonight, Bob, because I've been talking to 5 or 6 people since yesterday, and they was like, Priest, you gonna have to say something to let people know, like, we came to serve Emperor Haile Selassie first, okay? Even to this day, nobody's falling behind the crown prince of Ethiopia, except for Jamaica. Nobody else is following that. Nobody. You can look, take your Google and Google it. Nobody's following that because people made it too personal. Like, who got the most juice? Who got the most this? Who got this? Okay? If you're in a political position and you know that your grandfather is Emperor Selassie first, you can check the perspective, the way that people are looking at his majesty. They're not looking at him like he's a grandfather to everybody. He was a great man who stood in front of Italian people and said, look what happened. Today is me, tomorrow is you. The world, God and the world will see your judgment. They're going to see your judgment. Now, if the people that came after his majesty did all his wonderful works, the people who came after Ethiopian people dethroned his majesty. Never forget, nobody ever conquered Ethiopia. Ethiopian own people fought against Haile Selassie I. And that's after he did 50 years of good work. So we know that prophets don't get no love in their home. We got that. We got that part. Because people don't want to talk about those things. It's Ethiopians betrayed his majesty. So now, when you see his majesty in a gun, that gives people the right to defend themselves in black people mindset.
You broke up, Priest. You might have to jump out and jump back in. You stuck. You stuck.
Right. Huh?
Okay, you good. You good. You good.
Oh man, because I'm ready. I'm all up in it because I don't want to stop. Michael Jackson told me I got a permission slip.
Go right ahead. You been had mine.
Michael Jackson said, "Don't stop till you get enough." Okay, and I didn't get enough yet because Rastafari to people like me was my saving grace. It made me check my behavior as a young person because I saw all the discrepancies in the white world and black world and black people against black. I saw all of that, but his master gave us a different perspective. It's like, let me see how to make them all work together because that's what his master did in Ethiopia. He made all the tribes work together. People ain't checking the history. He made them work together. I don't see that when you saying you Jamaican or you this. You're not making people work together. You taking advantage that people don't have that type of system. In America, we don't have that type of system of sticking together and all that. We didn't do none of that because we didn't have that type of nationalism. But we had groups, Republic of New Africa. You know what I'm saying? You remember that this brother named Jesse McDabe here in DC, Professor?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, yesterday I had a little class, and I let some of the people listen to Jesse McDabe speak. And they would say, I didn't know you had any black people that spoke like that. I'm like, really? You didn't know that we could talk too? That we articulate too? That we have PhDs and DDs? We had all that stuff, man. We the first people that tried to get along with the people in America. We the first people. We from America. We're trying to get along. Even on now, we not citizens. They're telling us that to our face. But we've been here from the beginning. So now we had to pull the Indigenous card. Indigenous card is the whole world recognized that we the Abyssinians who traveled the whole earth, who built everything on the earth. Because all of them look like us. It don't look like the other guy, the other African people, it don't look like you. Your foreparents didn't build this life. Our parents built it. That's why we entitled to this life. Okay? We're entitled to it. Like, we got rights that other people don't have. In America, they say you have inalienable rights. Inalienable. That means it's just, you got it. Don't nobody know where you got it from, but you got it. See?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm like, yo, so now ain't nobody taking my rights from me. I couldn't go to Ethiopia and start talk about I'm taking over everything. The Ethiopians would do something to you. The Tigrigans would do something to you. Okay? The Amara, these different people. The Oromo, it's different people. But his master had them work together for the common good. I don't see that in Rastafari today. I hear, you Jamaican? Are you Jamaican? No, I ain't no Jamaican, man. I say, where we at? We in America. Thank you. Welcome. I'm here when you got here. So now if you want to disrespect the people who here already, that's holding up the life, disrespect us across the street. Let's go across the street with that. Because we ain't in that no more, man. Like Raspito said, don't change a continental thinking for island thinking. Because I'm going to say it one more time. The elders did not consider themselves Jamaicans. You would never hear Pito say he's Jamaican for the treatment he received in Jamaica. Hell, Sam Brown, he couldn't say he was no Jamaican. Sam Brown went around Brother Jack. Now, Brother Jack's a different type of brother. Okay? He's Jamaican just because he was born in Jamaica. Okay? But it wasn't what the people saying now, Jamaica this. Because if you want to be first, you got to have all the credentials to be first. That means you're entitled to be last. Because everything people know about Rastafari for the past 30 years, people say that Jamaican people did it. But people don't say that Jamaican people sabotage everybody else. Not working together with everybody else. If you're not Jamaican, you wasn't getting that support. Okay? I know that. It didn't bother me too much because I lived through it. I lived through that to see what people did. So, like I said to brother yesterday, I said, at a certain point, with me personally, I told the leadership in this area, DC, and look, man, either we doing church or we doing MOB. We doing one or the other. Cause see, y'all be acting out the MOB while you in church. While you in church, you acting MOB. So we telling you though, you just pick one side and you act that out. Cause now if you act MOB, people like me, I'm from America. We would teach you about MOB. We'll teach you that you can't get nothing across the border no further. No further. Everything you get got stopped. Because we deliberately now against you. We're not helping you get nothing in America that we supposed to have all the resources. Those of us born in America. We supposed to have all the resources. Why are we sharing resources with people that don't share? You don't share. You want the lion's share. That's what we got it from, the lion's share. If you want the lion's share, you better go ahead and be the top lion. Yeah, stop playing with it, because I'm not playing with people any further. That's why I'm glad that you called me, allowed me to be on your show, because you know I got something to say all the time. I just don't like talking to people, because we can go to war over this if you want. For real war, not the talky stuff. Because people are interfering with the growth of Rastafari worldwide, trying to be the head. People took chants that they say they wrote, and they turn it into music so they family can eat off of it, not Rastafari family. See, that little Jamaican stuff don't work. It's all for one for all. In that manner, there is no failure. That's what we were taught. So we're not going to let you get the resources and be up front no more. I'm not letting you. And I'm teaching people not to let you. When people say, where you from? You say this spot right here, you got to go somewhere else. Go over there, because you're not going to come in and disrupt nothing that we are building, that we help you build. We help build Shashamane for what it is. We help build it with our money and our time. You physically had to go, but we don't want to talk about that right now, because ask people where their green card is, and they had to go to Ethiopia legally, marry Ethiopians, and get citizenship that way. But that didn't work, because Ethiopian people shut that down. So people had to come back to America, become American citizens, and then go back to Ethiopia. See, people ain't telling people what the stigma is. You got to come back to the rights that we have, inalienable rights, and you want to take it over and run it, but that time is up, it's over, we done. No, we can't be friends. We can reason about it, but when we reason about it, have your check on the table. Have at least 7 zeros and some numbers in front of it. And no period, no dots. Just bring the money. Because that's where we at right now. We don't get that money, man. And now we ain't sharing it. We ain't doing no more sharing care. Because we don't care and we not sharing. Period. And then whenever you get something, how would it look that people from America start taking over the world? Black people from America taking over the world. They say, oh, you're American. Yes, I am now. Now I'm accepting the fact that I was captured by America. And I, as an American person, I want access to everything that is America got, worldwide access. So if they got access that only Americans could go to this place, I want to be one of them cats that go there. Because we know for sure that we're going to take what we need from that area, the resources from that area. And we're not sharing that with you. We're not, because you don't like to share. You see what I'm saying, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just getting the Cash App together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I take that too, but I ain't never had to live off of people. I had open heart surgery in November of last year. So one of my big sons, he said, yo, we're going to get you one of them things. What they call that thing? Something with that money what they give you, man. They put up a website for you. And GoFundMe. Put up a GoFundMe. And not one person that I know put any money in that thing. The money I got from GoFundMe was from people that I didn't even know. The people I know, they ain't put nothing in. Because they ain't put nothing in when I didn't have surgery. They didn't put nothing in when it was time to put something in. It was always we had to put into what they had going on. And I'm just saying that we're not doing that anymore. You need funding? Don't come over here for no funding. We're using all our money to build the things that we want. Because we've been supposed to have a private jet. We've been supposed to have the old Italian embassy on 16th and Fuller. It was only $11 million 20 years ago. So when I took the elders there and said, let us get that, the elders said, boy, we're not ready for that. And now you still not ready for it. Because we still can't get $11 million to get on Embassy Road, to get Rastafari on the map. Because had we bought that old Italian embassy and put Rastafari on that, you know already the world would have known about us already as Rastafari people. Okay? We're making moves like that. This other type of movement where you're stealing people's ideas and concepts and then putting a J in front of it, and now it's yours. Come on, man. We need to stop that. We really need to stop that. We need to stop letting people tell us what it is. Okay? I personally don't care where you're from. You have to talk right and act right. That's what I know. And if you insist on your way, then you know we have to insist on our own way. We have to insist on it. We insist on it. Okay? Because my tribe, that's why I have a tribe. Hey, don't worry about it. We're gonna eat. We're gonna eat for the next 200 years. Because we intend on making sure that we're here to finish the process of we didn't get our rights. My parents didn't get their rights. My grandparents didn't get their rights. Okay? They didn't get no rights. Reparations, we never was going to get that. Because the person who set up reparations, the person who set it up in America, Dr. Robert Brock, go Google it, Robert Brock, little brown-skinned black man from America. He's the first one to sue the United States in 1954 for repatriation and reparations. He's the first one to do that. So he's not Jamaican. So he wouldn't get no notoriety. He didn't get no support when he was doing all the work. Black people shunned him. But he wrote that paper and he wrote that litigation and got it before the Supreme Court. And people don't understand that reparations come from his mind. He the one who wrote that document and took it to court, Supreme Court. But he's not Jamaican. So people say if you get enough notoriety and people say, you Jamaican, you good. No, you're not good. Okay? You alienated other people. Okay? You remember the time when Von them came out, midnight when Von them came out? Right? They had when they came out, they had to have a new music. They called it Virgin Island music. Okay? Virgin Island reggae. Because people got tired of being labeled Jamaican. Everybody don't want to be a Jamaican. So now when Von, his career took off, like boom, because I met him at Howard. Okay, while we were having a meeting, the Rastafari people having a meeting, he came in, very quiet brother. He was just right and exact, just like this thing said, right and exact. And I'm saying, when this brother started traveling around the world, he didn't get the support from Jamaican people. He didn't get that support. Okay? People were jealous of that brother. Okay? Because that brother could hold his own. Okay? His rhythms was tight, lyrics was tight, the whole message was tight. So they didn't support that. So yeah, we want to talk about those things. We know you didn't support it. So now, how did you get to be in charge of Rastafari people? That's the part where I'm at. I'm asking people that question while we on your air. Why are you in charge? Because I ain't let you be in charge of me and my family. I'm definitely not doing that. We got to have problems from the next 20, 30 years. Because people came like they were taking over. You came to another man's house and started taking over. It's supposed to be war after that because his majesty said that. Until we got rid of that color thing. And he wasn't talking about white people, he was talking about black people. Because we started doing what white people taught us, to fight against each other. And we're doing a great job fighting against each other right now. We're doing a great job, man. Okay? A great job. We just killing each other off and we don't know nothing about nothing. Okay? We're supposed to be helping each other worldwide. Okay. So while me personally, I'm working with people in Jamaica, my brethren from Jamaica, we got farms in Jamaica, we doing stuff. Yo, we not getting the support from the people in Jamaica. Did you know that Marcus Garvey was not accepted in Jamaica when he got deported? When he got deported, Jamaican people stoned him. They stoned him. He had to go to London and live out his life. And when he went to London, he didn't get no better reception from the Jamaican community there. As soon as he passed away and people started noticing the writings of Marcus Garvey, the writing, when they noticed that, he became a national hero after he was passed on. A national hero. Bob Marley, people didn't love Bob Marley in Jamaica. They didn't do that. And he still fed people. He went on and did these concerts and still fed people. So when he passed on, they made sure that the money was given to his family. So his family got money, but their family kept the money in their own genealogy, which is white people. Their money stayed right there. People can look into it for themselves, okay? Because you can take advantage of every situation that you want to take advantage of, but people gonna call your card in a little bit, okay? They're gonna pull your card, okay? People pull reggae music down by letting anybody sing it and then getting on music with anybody. So you got white boys with bigger tunes than Jamaican people. And no, they can't sing it better than Jamaican people, can't play the instrument better, but they're the ones with the Grammys. Bernie Spears got a Grammy, correct? But look how much work he had to put in.
Yeah, I think it was Black Uhuru.
Yeah.
They got one.
Okay.
Kabaka Pyramid just got one.
He just got one. Okay. Now look at all the Jamaican music out all over the world. Because the system was against all of we people. It wasn't just against Jamaican people. It was against everyone with color. Okay? People with color, no color, that were supportive of Rastafari. See, the people who supported us was the ones that was attacked. Okay? Because you had to support the authentic Rasta, as they say. Where the authentic Rasta from? They say Jamaica. I say the authentic Rastafari person is from Earth. The authentic one. We got brethren from Trinidad and Tobago that in the 70s, they was fighting against the Trinidadian government for Rastafari. And it's history, but people don't talk to anybody else if you're not from Jamaica. Well, Jamaica done had his turn. He done played out. He played out. Now, go and do what you're going to do. Go do what you're going to do and stop dividing the people. Because everybody that's not Jamaica going to just give you the leadership because you say the word Jamaica. Who is Jamaica? If Jamaica is so small, an island and all that, all these big brain people, all these money people should put Humpty Dumpty back together again in Jamaica. Put that shit back together again. Put it back together and then run that little island and run it like commerce. And stop talking about talk about. Because if you're going to be MOB, you better be running something, not your mouth. Okay? If you're going to be church, you got to be running something. Okay? The people got Ethiopian people believing that red, gold, and green is Jamaican's colors. Ethiopia said it to me the other day. They said, you know, that was our colors at first. I was like, true. He said, but Jamaican people got the colors now. I said, nah, bro, Chinese people got the colors now. Because Chinese people took the red, gold, and green from Jamaicans, and then they done patented it, and they making all the crowns, all the belts. They making all the merchandise, red, gold, and green. Chinese people is making all that right now. True?
Right and exact.
I'm just asking, because, see, I was really into this thing called Rastafari. I was really in it, really in it. I put my life, my wife, my children, everything in it. So that was my protection, all now, in it. Not outside of it, trying to get in, because there was nothing to get in. If there's a house built in Rastafari, then I got the keys already. I don't have to knock on no door. I ain't got to get checked in or none of that. I got keys to every house worldwide. So I'm not saying it, I got it. So if you put me on the airplane and take me to nowhere where Rastafari is, then I still got the keys. Because some of us is not going out. We're not going out without seeing the truth and the right come up. The truth and the right. And if people want people from America to defend themselves, they ain't going to defend themselves. But I'm defending myself because I know for sure that in D.C., New York, Atlanta, Florida, California, Louisiana, wherever Rastafari people still standing, I bet you somebody from America is running that thing. I bet you the leadership is from America. Guaranteed. Because this where we from. When all that's failed, we just always gonna be ourselves, man. We're gonna be ourselves, and we ain't come to be subservient to no guy. So we can come back to the table whenever people are ready. Jamaicans, Rastafari. We can't never say American Rastafari because we found that putting anything in front of the name Rastafari was disrespect. Because the man name is Rastafari. The culture became Rastafari. So you don't put your nationality anywhere near Rastafari. Don't put your nationality near nothing. Because your nationality is not a person. And you're not together. Because if you was together, y'all could run y'all little island and run it. Y'all could be all the teachers and all the government officials. You could be all of that and run Jamaica properly. But you ain't got that type of juice, man. People laugh after you. You thought the elders was being treated bad. This educated roster, they getting treated bad now because they got to come to America and get a job. Come get a job now. They pay you to shut up and go to the side. Go to the side now. So you can be angry at people like me because I ain't got no boss. Still ain't got no boss. And love to be around people. Love it. But I would like for people to stop asking every person they see Rastafari, are you Jamaican? That's the whole point of my whole conversation. All of us are not Jamaican, okay? People say, because your beard look like this. And I say, yo, we had all this before we was even captured in Jamaica or America, because this is our genealogy. So we naturally look like this. And if you really look at it good, the pharaohs had faces like ours. The pharaohs, the people who ruled Egypt, they look like us, man. They had to put things on their face to cover up their face. So no, we ain't all from Jamaica to look like this. See how Vaughn gave them that look. He made them mad because they was like, well, he not Jamaican. He telling the truth. Yeah, he told them the truth. Yeah, because all of we was one big family. All of it. So if your older brother want to take all the criticism and all the out of town Brian should say, if you want all the fame, you're gonna get all the blame. You're gonna get all of it. All of it. So that album right there, the teachers, see, people need to go and get this music redone again because the elder wrote the Rastafari Bible. To this day, nobody has a copy of it. Okay, nobody has a copy of it because he didn't pass it out. He just had it amongst himself. The things that he wrote and discovered by being in Rastafari as a primary Rastafarian. Primary. So when you're a primary Rastafarian, you ain't come to follow behind no guy. That's why they had to come to America and meet the primary people here. Okay? Who just happen to be 30 years younger than them, but the Majesty Almighty saw that and I got together with these elders to make Rastafari not what it is today, but what it's gonna be in 25 years. Because in 25 years, you better not even say no nationality attached to Rastafari. You better have a job title like plumber, like you running stuff like this, because we need people to build stuff, not talk stuff. You want to be an orator? Go ahead. We'll pay you to talk to people about our points, our subject matters when you're talking to the audience. Okay? That's where I'm at with it, bro. I'm so glad you called me today, Bob. I'm sitting up and down. I said, let me roll me another split. Because if you got a question, people got a question, let's talk about some stuff, man. For real. Let's go ahead and reason on the 23rd.
Family, any questions? Put them in now.
Yeah, put him in later too, because I'll be here forever. Okay? Forever. Love and respect, family. Yeah. We want to get some more fire up on this thing, man, because how many people that's not from Jamaica, you going to come and take second place to somebody? You the first in everything that you did in your own country. You the first. So now, Haile Selassie the first. You was the first in whatever you did in your country, and you came to be second to some guy in a different country that don't even have. Look, check this out. Whatever country you come from is the place where that's where your heights are. Your country, whatever your country has done, that's where you fit in. Where your country done. Okay. When you say you from America, America has done a lot of stuff to a lot of people all over the earth. So they be known all over the place. Now, I don't know about these other little countries and islands and stuff. You ain't got that type of clout that America got. So I see why you come to America to get their credentials and get their stuff so you can say you American too. Okay? Something American. They love when you say that Jamaican American and all. They love that, man. Because they know you don't have no respect for yourself. Okay? For yourself. You're supposed to have respect for no person, but the love and respect that His Majesty has set before us. Okay? Do you know that Rastafari people is what's keeping Ethiopia functioning right now? Rastafari people. And now, you know that I didn't say Jamaican Rastafari. Because see, Rastafari people is still, people look at us like, oh, them brethren right there is about their works. They quiet, they take care of their family. They look at us like, oh, this is a black man that's gonna do something. These black people right here. Because they know that we had to suffer to look like this. We had to suffer to look like this. So when we look like this, we act like this. What did brother say? I heard the term Ross placed before a name, such as Ross McConan. What does Ross mean, brother? What does Ross mean? Just exactly what you said. The head. Okay? It was a head position. When they call you Ross in Ethiopia, you was in charge of other people. Not what people say it means. You were in charge of people. Okay? So when you in charge of other people, people say Ross. That's Ross so-and-so. That means that he was a government official. Okay? Ross was not the highest title. It was just a title. And you got people using Ethiopian titles in their performance names now, Ditch March and all that stuff, but you would not crown Ross. You would not crown Ditch March. All these are titles bestowed to you by the emperor. You just can't pick up a title and like, I'm picking a title up and that's my name now. Nah, bro. See, people disrespected the order, the natural order. So nobody has time to fight. The Ethiopians not fighting with you about what you call yourself. Because 100% for sure in DC, if they want it, they buy it. They buying whole blocks right now. Central property, they just buying the whole block together. They buying it together. They ain't buying no one building. They buying the whole block. So when you buy the whole block, you and your people have a political position in America. Right here in Washington, D.C., if the Ethiopians have to vote for something, they are a million people deep. So whatever they ask for from the government tries to appease them. Give the Ethiopian people whatever they need. They're a million people deep. You know how much money that is? You know how much power that really is? Okay? So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Man, say, what is Roz? Everybody know that means you're in position. Okay? And when people start saying in 30 years ago, whatever, my name is Roz so-and-so, Roz so-and-so, I would challenge you. Who are you in charge of? What you in charge of? Because in the now being order in particular, to be in a position, treasurer, you really had to be a priest to be a treasurer. Any office of administration, you had to be a priest to do that first. A priest first and then the administration. Because that's the only way we knew that you was about the church business. So the church would push you up. So over the last 30 people fighting against church. Church roster, church this, church that. We ain't in no church. We not no religion. Religion is a practice that you practice every day. So what do you practice every day? What do you tell the people? What is the practice that we have every day that makes us have unification over the world, worldwide? Because Master didn't have no problems with people after Italy was crashed and burned. Master didn't have no problem with people. The man supported Korean War, he supported all that stuff to help the people get themselves together. Because we didn't need no more war. War was something that was created to keep us separated. Why we go separate ourselves from the people who got mango? That wouldn't make no sense. We like mango. What about the people who make chocolate? Belgium would have to get out. All these white European countries was kicked out of Africa because black people wanted to control their own stuff. Chocolate hands from Belgium, showing that they cut off black people's hands that didn't do the work to get the chocolate out. So no, chocolate should be all ours, man. Rubber tires, rice, all types of fruit, all that type of stuff. We're supposed to be on our game plan. So being not wealthy was not part of our way of life. We was wealthy because we was born on earth. And when you're born on earth, you have access to everything on the earth. Clean air, heat, air, water, everything. But the world is not going to let you have access to all those diamonds you're digging up. Because them diamonds really are worthless to people like us because we just leave it right there where it's at. It's good ground. You can ride over it forever and never get a flat tire. That type of stuff. You putting it on your hand to increase value of it, but you won't dig in that dirt to go get it. See, you got them little kids digging that shit and killing themselves so you can look good. So that's the sign of you superior because they doing the work and you enjoying the revenue from it. Done. We done with that. Okay? If you want a diamond, let's go to the Congo. I'm going to get you a shovel, get you some work clothes, and you dig till you find the diamond that you want. That's what we're going to do now. Okay? Stop. If these kids finding billions of dollars worth of diamonds, real diamonds, not just industrial diamonds, real diamonds, ain't them children supposed to get a cut of all that money? They were digging in the gold mines, in the mines for a year, diamond mine for a year, and be wealthy. Everybody who dig in a diamond mine is supposed to be wealthy because they're supposed to get a cut of the value, total value of the diamonds. The total value, but we don't talk like that because we would have to talk to our oppressors like that. That's where Rastafari came as far as black people. Because we were the people that come and tell you the truth and be right about it. That's why we say truth and right. Because when we talk to you, it's going to be the truth. It's going to be right. Now, you can deal with it the best way you want to. Because in the past, we wouldn't pick up weapons and fight you and all that. But his master showed us different. That's what like the picture in the background. You see his master holding that little 50 cal or whatever. Like, if we have to get down, we going to get down. Okay, but that's a waste of life. They ain't come to kill nobody. They ain't come to steal, kill, and destroy. That's the devil behavior. Satan and Shaitan, all them people there. You're supposed to be taking stuff and building it, okay, so the people can get healed. You notice that the herb business, like I said a couple years ago on your show, they go take the herb business from everybody. And now everybody's smoking weed in every city, state, everywhere. Everybody got weed. Everybody. People that never like Rastafari people and locks or whatever, they got the biggest locks and got the most weed. Okay? Right now while we talking. Okay? They don't support the thing that we support. They support that now they can control the weed business. Question real quick. How is it that a known dope dealer, the best at the dope game, getting dope from one end of the country to the next end, millions of dollars a day, selling dope, killing people, all this, and it's documented that people did that. How did you let this guy get a license to promote legal weed business? How did that happen? Okay? I ain't gonna keep calling the guy name out because me and him, he know me and I know him like that. You were selling dope to everybody. When did you jump into the herb game? When people told you that they want you to use all those distribution routes and you to use all your old friends to sell herb for them and their company. They'll license you a name But you got to sell it for them because they're the primary growers of it. So now they said they're going to get you some help. So they're going to let certain people out that was arrested for herb. They're going to let them out, wipe off their record so they can get a job in the herb industry. Because now the herb industry is worldwide legal. So the people who got out of jail after doing time for herb, now they know all the distribution routes. They know exactly who to carry the herb to when they get it and get that money. They already got the behavior, give me my money or I'm going to kill you. They already got that behavior. So they brought that behavior into the herb business. They brought the gunman into the herb business, the dope man. So when you read the papers, all these kids and people that's getting busted for herb, they got 2 pounds of weed, 500 Xanax pills, Percocets. They got all this shit. Rastafari wasn't in none of that. It was the herb business. It's straight herb. Brendan told me yesterday, he said all the old people that he know that was really big in the herb business in the region, right? They now smoking coke. I said, it was smoking coke the whole time. There ain't nobody never know it. Okay? So these are the discrepancies that we have in and around Rastafari. Because I know this for sure. You dirtied up his master name, and now you got to use your own name. You can't use Emperor Selassie first, Rastafari, because now everybody know who Rastafari people is. Because Rastafari people got the best behavior on the planet. Because we had to fight through all the oppression from our oppressors, all the infighting from all the different regions, from all the different people. So to remain righteous in that condition, to remain righteous, you would have to study the laws of his master. You would have to see what his master studied to keep him calm, even while people was planning to dethrone him. He wrote the thing called it was a constitutional monarchy. Constitutional monarchy. I mean, people had all the rights, they could make up all the laws, but they would have to bring it to him to get it approved. Okay? Constitutional monarchy. So now, this is what I'm saying as far as the Jamaican people. You don't have a right to sit on David's throne. Take it the way I'm saying it. You don't have that right. You should be glad to be a janitor in the house of the Almighty. But now you took the highest seat. Somebody gonna come and set you down and let you know, like, you ain't even worthy to tie the man's shoes. Okay? Because the way that you act, you cannot do that behavior in front of Emperor Selassie I. You would have never done that. Nobody that was ever around this majesty would allow you to act like that in front of the emperor. And you know it and not know it. Your behavior was supposed to get better. So in case his majesty showed up again in your face, you would know how to behave. But people don't know how to behave all now. They would tell his majesty what to do. And forget that the authority comes from heaven. It doesn't come from you and your friends. Get a name and call y'all in charge. You ain't in charge. You should be glad that there hasn't been any wars, inward wars. Okay? For real, bro. The thing is, the 23rd is such a blessed day, man. Because that's the day his master came and made us get free. Okay? He made us get free. And put the responsibility on us. Clean up ourselves and come before his throne. Clean up yourself and come before the throne. And let's see what you got going on now. Okay? And you can't point to the next guy and say, well, this guy said it was this, and this guy said it was this. And in the last days, people told you that a lot of people are going to come in his name. But don't believe them. Just don't. Believe the spirit inside of you. And let's get this thing right. For real, people. Let's just get it right. Because, you know, we all got a little bit of time on the planet. So why don't we get it right? All right, Baba, I'm going to cool off for a few seconds, light my split. If you got any questions, anybody got something they want to say to it, brother? Because I'm ready to get with it.
Any more questions, family?
Okay. Not no question you could get out of the book. Some real questions. Some questions that'll make you understand, like, yo, somebody left a lot of his majesty words out of these documents. Okay. A lot of people went and got a college degree and then started writing books about his majesty. But where was your information source? Where you get this source from? Were you speaking about Emperor Selassie I? Because you got to have some source where you get it from. Because I'm here to challenge the people who think they're running stuff in every way that a challenge goes, in every way that it sounds. I'm here to challenge you. I don't care nothing about what you got going on. Keep building what you're building, but you're using his master name while you're doing it, which all the iron eye is entitled to his master name. So if you go around the earth dirtying up his master name, then what's that about? Okay? You took something that was clean and turned it dirty. You turned it dirty. Why? Because it didn't fit what you thought. So you just gonna put a little dirt on the side here and dirt over here. And what's that brother in Chicago area? Pharaoh? One of my brothers talked about it yesterday. He said they love that brother.
Pharaoh said that. Yeah.
He said, yo, they ain't letting them, Pharaoh not letting you get away with none of it. Not one bit. You think I'm rough. Bless the kid. Yeah. Pharaoh ain't giving you no, he's telling you the truth from his perspective. He's telling you. And people just don't like him because the truth that he said is truth and rights. See, with truth and rights, see, people don't have to accept the fact that you said it or you was brave enough to say it. No, you brave enough to say it and say, now stand on the truth. Make we stand on the truth. So that, bless up, sister. I'm glad that you listening, Heather, brother. Because I would like to get into some reasoning because, you know, these are days where in the past, we would reason for 7 days at a time, before his Majesty Earth Day and long afterwards. And we came together and organized a moral theocracy government. See, people forgot that. Moral theocracy. We was never in no democracy. We left the democracy because some of us had been in democracies, joined democracies, because we were born into those things, went to the military service for democracy, went to other people's countries for democracy, killed people for democracy, and found out that we wasn't part of the democracy. So you can imagine the hurt, harm, and danger that we caused to the world because we were misled by whatever the leaders were. But see, moral theocracy was the God government, where you would have to have your moral behavior in front of God Almighty. You would have to have that. So when you open your mouth, God is listening. Okay? Don't care about who else listening. God listening to what you say. So you're supposed to be able to take charge of what your mouth is pronouncing. Okay? You're supposed to step up to the plate and be like, I said this, and I said this in his master's name. So now you should watch when you do that behavior right there. So you shouldn't be doing stuff in the master's name, and he didn't sanction you to do that. Okay? Thank you, Pharaoh. Pharaoh did that thing for me. He made it so that now I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk for the end of my days, bro. I will say some stuff that's gonna make you know, like, oh no, I was never on the outside looking in. Okay? I was never on the outside looking in. I was always on the inside trying to make sure that the wrong people didn't get in. And some kind of way, people snuck through the windows, snuck through the back door, and now everybody get Rastafari. So when they say now being your order, it is not what it was intended to be from the beginning. It was intended so black people could come up from the deprivations of wherever they was, whatever island they was at, and come up to a better standard of living. And people would respect us because we were and are Rastafari people in our own countries, which was the first time in history that a prophet was getting respect in his own country. See? So now we better remember that this day right here is just significant for those of us that know that the works that his master started, we supposed to come up and add something to it, to this foundation. Come build a wall, come build some doors, come build the future. Because they said black supremacy was nothing. It was just a time. But, okay, we still here on the planet. Everybody didn't mix seed. Everybody didn't change the behavior that was given to us from eternally from the Almighty. We didn't change that behavior to go fit no newfangled thing that people created. And now, if you check it out good, the people who faked the thing all these years, they can't fake it no more at all. You're getting caught in whatever you're doing. I'm sorry, Polite. I ain't mean to talk about you. I just call your name. I'm sorry, but I ain't mean to say that. You all right, Baba? You all right? Yeah, because a lot of people was in charge
Go ahead,
until
preach.
now. Until now. Now people say, that's who y'all had in charge, right? Don't switch now. That's who you had in charge. A lot of talking points, a lot of everything, gave him money, gave him everything. And you're like, man, my favorite flavor is underage drinks. I'm laughing because, yeah, they got caught. See, when you get caught, that's the best part about watching these shows, watching these people elevate to a height. And then when you get to a certain height, people say, yo, you got a flat tire. And their ego make it so they don't see that they got you where they want you, bro. And now all the money, all the wives, all the stuff that you say you got can't help you. Cannot help you. So when you steal a bunch of positions and steal stuff, they can't help you in the long run, man. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to talk about my brother Polite like that, but yeah, you was really doing that thing when you was doing it. I'm going on about my business, bro. I just was saying, he just popped in my mind. Cause I was like,
I'm just saying, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm like, yo, bro,
That's what that is. Go right ahead.
you can't have black media and telling people some stuff that was almost accurate. Almost. It was almost accurate. Only thing you had to do as teaching the people it was lead them by example. Lead the people by example. All that talk you got, that sound cute. What's your example? Your personal example. And then if people checked that out, they would have found out dude was who he was from the beginning. Like some people were saying from the beginning. Check this guy's behavior. We checking your ID. What's your behavior? You the savior of the world. Okay, now what's your behavior? It took all these years for people to find out, like, you should have never gave the cat 14 million to do whatever. You should have never let him. But these people were distractions during a time where black people needed each other, man. We really needed to trust each other. But these are the leaders of our black people who had no intention of leading us into righteousness, because that's what his master did. He led us into righteousness, okay, by teaching us the right behavior. Only thing he had to do was study his master and put it all together, okay, put it all together piece by piece, because like the elders taught us, you have to find yourself in the Bible. Find yourself in the Bible and you're good. You find yourself, repent and come again. Clean up yourself and come. Ain't about no music. Everybody can play music. Everybody. A cat can play 2 bricks and make music out of it. Call it hip hop, right? You there, bro?
I'm here.
You can take 2 bricks and click them. Hey, and rap to it. Right? I'm saying, bro, we've always been some ingenious people. We just been oppressed by everybody. Okay? And what I'm saying in truth and right is we as Rastafari people should stop oppressing each other. Just stop oppressing each other. Okay? Because when you oppress each other, you're going to need the people that you oppressing. And the only thing they can remember is you did not treat us right during the time when we were supposed to build up something. You wanted to be the boss. So we got to leave you out there and be polite with you. I'm sorry, I got to use the brother's name. But that's not his name. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You got to be polite because, you know, that's what we're doing to help you get to where you're going. We were being polite. You were taking advantage of us needing to put our resources into something. We needed to put our thought processes into reading these books and getting this knowledge. And once you got us hooked on these books and this knowledge, I guess somebody cut on the kitchen light and say, "Oh, look at them roaches running around the cow." Then the roaches gonna run because they definitely left homeboy out there by himself. Everybody left him by himself, and they can't ask for nothing else on this here day. We call it truth and rights. Okay, so now I can go through the whole list of brethren that's on YouTube and they talking, but when you finish talking, where's your evidence that you're doing what you say? Not I'm doing what you say. Where is your evidence that you are doing what you said? Because you got evidence, you can get me people like me to work with you. I'll work with you. Follow you, I wouldn't follow you nowhere. But work with you, I'll definitely work with you, man. Because we need to be building schools like Dr. Umar's school. Okay? The only reason that he didn't get the one guy to write a check for $4 million and get to school because they could not control Umar's mouth. They couldn't put a sound bite in his mouth and say this right here. Because most people like ourselves, we ain't really letting nobody tell us what to eat. We ain't doing that. And definitely ain't reading no script that you wrote. Because if you start writing a script for us to speak, we would have to follow your script forever and ever. And whenever we came to the people and told them the truth, they gonna say, but you didn't tell us that from the beginning. You said, nah, man, I was reading the script. Okay. Dr. Claude Anderson, he got the books on economics. Okay. The brother, a brilliant brother, man. But see, the problem I got is you all work for the government. And after you finish doing all the governmental stuff that they told you to do, you found out that you was strengthening the hand of our enemy, not yours, ours, because you work for them. Until you pulled out the mask on your face and say, damn people corrupt. But now you don't have the highest seat in their government. And now you can come back and write a book on what the people are doing. Because you helped build that. So I can understand when he's writing a book and telling people certain stuff. But see, we needed people like that in the time where they were doing it, the 70s and all that, to work with the Republic of New Africa. Okay? Because we could have used all that financial brain to get all the school stuff we needed. Because we were building schools in the 70s. Okay? All over America. Because we stopped being segregated and it was like integrated. We found integration wasn't no good because you integrated us into your system. Where if you got 100 principles in your system, only one of them is for us. So we would have to act out what you say, writing a script for the people again. So people of color ain't never been into that. We ain't never been to follow nobody's rules. That's why we all following the wrong thing. You can get 100 black people to do the wrong thing at the same time, but can't get that same 100 to do the right thing at the same time. Ain't that strange? Tell 100 black people, yo, go up and take some perks, man. We're going to go over and kill some people. You can get 100 people to do that quick. Bam. They going to do it quick. Tell them, yo, let's go over here and clean up this whole project area. Every place where they got grass, we're going to grow food there. Okay. Ain't nobody going to join you on that. Because that's not something that comes to our mind as a people. But now when a grapefruit is $5, one grapefruit is $5 whole. Okay? So when you peel off the thick skin of the grapefruit, they get your little grapefruit look like an orange. For real. For real, for real. It's bad. But you can grow it in your backyard in certain regions. But we're not taught to plant food anymore. Okay? In my neighborhood, that's the best thing, because I said this 30 years ago when I moved here, 30-something years ago. I told my neighbor, we don't have no fruit trees in the neighborhood like we had when we were children. So one of my neighbors, they got a peach tree in their front yard today. I'm going to clip me some of them peaches. Right up to another 2 blocks, a block and a half away, they got a pear tree. Like in the old days, you was hungry, you just grabbed you a pear because the tree always hung over the gate. So we didn't have nobody hungry and none of that stuff. You could always eat in America. Go figure that. Okay. We forgot that our grandparents and great-grandparents made it so we could get a chance right now. And we taking the chance and throwing it all away. All away. Throwing our only chance away, bro. Sad but true. All right, I'm going to calm down for 1 minute, light my spliff. Go, bro.
All
I hope I'm not boring you.
No. I believe that Priest Ilika has been going for an hour. He probably could go longer, hour and 20 minutes on the Emperor's Blessed Earth Strong. But I think that the message that he gave us is what we need to go over this message, family. For those of you who have watching it live, I'm gonna be going over it for a while, and this one right here is, monumental. I mean, you always give some wisdom, but this one right here, priest, is definitely in the spirit of the Most High, and I think that it's concise and definitive what you wanted to give our people. And if you don't have any closing words, I think that you've given the people some good food to chew on for a while. Go ahead.
I don't have any closing words because we did not get done what was supposed to be done 40 years ago. We didn't do it. We got sidetracked. We got sidetracked into believing that we was all in it together until people started using acronyms and where you from and where you from. And I'm looking at all the people, wherever you're from, you come to this country to get it. Okay? Nobody's running to your country to get no economic development or no bright ideas or none of that. You came to this continent right here, America, to get that. Okay? And when you got it, you tried to run with it. When you tried to run with it, you can only run so far with stolen goods. You stole it. You didn't ask nobody for permission. And that's why, when y'all said, did I have anything else? Bruh, I was right to light this spliff right here because I was about to get on right now. Because remember, we chanting all day today, tomorrow, a couple more days. So we be reasoning for days on end around this majesty earth strong. Because we want to come to the fullness of the truth. What is it going to take for I to get back on the path of righteousness? We got to get back on the path of righteousness. And I would challenge any of them guys that want to have a challenge or a debate. I prefer that you reason. Because when you reason, I'm going to be reasonable. And I'm going to take what you say like you said it. Because you say it, you better back that up. Because it ain't going to be no more you say it and that's the end of it. Because I got the broom and the dustpan out. And I come to sweep this mess all the way up. So the ones that want to join me, come join me. We're going to clean out Rastafari and start all over again. Okay? All over again. Because wherever you standing at ain't the place where you supposed to be. And everybody know that. We kind of know that the thing is off. But nobody knows what to do because all the elders passed away. They passed away. They old, man. They gone. So people don't pay you no mind after you get to a certain age. So when you get to a certain age, you better have your own money. You better have your own clout. You better have your own. Because people will dismiss you quick. So me, like I told people 30 years ago, I'm not letting y'all treat me the way you treated the elders. I'm not letting you do that. And I kept my word for 30 years. I'm not letting y'all do that to the elders. They did the things that your parents couldn't do. The things that your grandparents and great-grandparents couldn't do. They made black people get a name for themselves under the banner of Haile Selassie I. Under that banner. So how dare us to take ourselves from under the banner and start waving the banner around like we control it. See, that's some fool business right there. So I'm not going to hold you no longer, Bob, because I know people get agitated by what I say, and I want you to get agitated. Because I had teeth when I came into this faith. I had teeth. I looked pretty. I was a pretty dude. But the elders was like, clean up yourself and come. I said, clean up what? I got the prettiest teeth. I got fine clothes. They were like, no, bro, none of that. Clean up. Clean out your heart. Clean out your mind. Get some right thinking in that. Get some right thinking. Right thinking is going to save this nation. Our behavior is going to save us. I'm guaranteeing you, bro. It's not over yet. Rastafari faith is still there. Just don't follow the wrong guidance. Period. Check their ID. If they say they running stuff, ask them how they running it. How they employing 100 people so we can feed families. How are they doing that? That's what I want to know. If you running stuff around me, Ross, when you say your name is Ross so-and-so, that means you're feeding more than you and your family. Okay? I left the title Ross 30 years ago to get the title priest. Because I wanted to feed more than just my family and a little crew around me, which I was doing. Because the priest had to feed people that you don't even like. Okay, when it said love your enemy, we really had to love our enemies to get the resources out of people's hands to give it to our people. So now I ain't gonna bother you too much more today, Bob. But let me know when I can come back, cause I got some more to say for sure. I thank you for having me on this blessed day, and it's smashing on my heart. And you know already that I'm bored with these fake leaders and fake stuff and your fake talk and your fake everything. You just fake. If you just needed a job, you grew your locks to get a job. You got the job because you had to get a college degree because that's the only way you can stay in America. Green cards, all that stuff, man. Stop playing. Let's go. Let's get to the part where we got all that now. What we gonna do with it? Can we build something for these little children while they're out killing themselves? Stealing cars, all types of come on. We ain't got nothing going. Nothing for the children. I'm done, Bob. Thank you.
Priest, one love, brother, and this is your house. Whenever you get ready to come back, just thank you for coming and joining us on this blessed Earth Strong. And I want to take us on out of here with Midnight, and we call this one Right Here, Right Now.
Adam.
I thank the Lord for life right here. Oh yeah, I thank the Lord for life. In a garment suffering, in a drink offering, in a food offering, in a praise offering. Right here, right now, I acknowledge the Lord of life. Of light, of one filament that's undivided. Right here, right now, I thank Jah the Lord for life. I be Selassie by His name sake, and for His name sake. Blessed are they that are persecuted for righteousness' sake, who speak not out of vain, puffed up ambition and false vanity. Right here, right here. Oh yeah, I thank Jah the Lord for life. Right now, I offer thanks for rights. It has been photon, electron, deltron, activation, searching the depths of the mind for the negative function to split the atom. Yeah, this is the new psycho perversion inversion. Yeah, right now, yeah, right here, yeah. I thank the Lord for life. A singularity of life. Right here, it is the core of an archetype. Right here, right now. Oh yeah, it was a code, a binary code. Yeah, the triune God, highly Selassie, might of the Holy Trinity. He who foresee and forespeak, yes, it was a binary God to exclude the Trinity. Right here, right now, I acknowledge the Lord of life. Ethiopia root from the ancient without divine, the splitting, tuning forth of the blue and the white night. Right now, calling all to Zion, shine. Right here, right now, right here, right now, yeah. Acknowledge the Lord of life, yeah. It was the rain from a smoke offering, yeah, that carried the drops to the wind on your skin. Blessings flow out from within. thank Jah the Lord for life. Right now, I sing you clarity of light right now. Right here. It is the reinversion of your upside down glasses experimentation. Yes. Right here, right now. I thank Jah for life right now. My mouth shall continually utter praises unto Jah. Yeah, He is the strength of right, the strength of life. Yeah. Yeah. Ancients don't know man like ego. I thank Jah the Lord for life.